All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for a few real people out there just like you and just like me. Thank you for being here and watching this channel where revenue continues to decline. Views are up and revenue is down. The Big Wolf Band. I've got the trilogy of greatness here. We got Live and Howlin'. We got Be Free. And then we've got this one here, which A Rebel's Story. I got this not too long ago. This is a British blues band, blues rock band. Really good, great production value. Old school rock and roll with a heavy emphasis on blues. Check out the Big Wolf Band. I don't think you'll be disappointed with them. Also, check out Modern Retro Radio. That's modernretrofm.com. They play all kinds of great music over there, including new stuff by classic artists, like Roger Waters, for instance. Roger Waters in the news. I think Roger Waters finally went too far. And it takes a lot for me to say that Roger Waters went too far. He's playing a concert in Germany, and apparently he's dressed up like a Nazi soldier during the show, allegedly. I don't know if I've seen pictures of it, but I know somebody sent me a picture, and I'm thinking it was Roger in that unfortunate costume that he was wearing. It says here Roger Waters is facing even more trouble because of his current This Is Not a Drill tour. As previously reported, Waters had been getting backlash for his recent Berlin concert for the use of images of Anne Frank and a pig with a Star of David on it, as well as Waters dressing as what appeared to be an SS soldier. Well, now a report claims it's sparked a police investigation. So the police are now investigating Roger Waters in Germany. Wow. Jewish News reports police in the German city have opened a criminal investigation into the concert, looking into the suspicion of incitement of the people, specifically with regard to the soldier uniform Waters wears in the show. The context of the clothing worn is deemed capable of approving, glorifying, or justifying the violent and arbitrary rule of the Nazi regime in a manner that violates the dignity of the victims and thereby disrupts public peace, according to Police Chief Inspector Martin Halweg. After the conclusion of the investigation, the case will be sent to the Berlin Public Prosecutor's Office for legal assessment. Wow. So far, there hasn't been a response from Waters. He's due to bring his This Is Not a Drill tour to Frankfurt, Germany tomorrow night. A complete list of dates can be found at rogerwaters.com. That is, if he isn't arrested by the German police. Okay, so look, I defended Waters a lot on the Ukraine-Russia thing because you're only getting half of that. And Waters doesn't even like Putin, but he understands the reason why it's happening, and maybe there could be a solution to that problem, and Waters is probably somebody you should listen to. As far as the Jewish Israel-Palestine thing, again, another contentious issue. Waters focusing a lot in his show about raising awareness and garnering attention for these topics. A lot of people want to turn away and not look at this stuff. I get it. And there's two sides to this argument. Number one, like I always say, you're going to go see Roger Waters, expect lots and lots of politics. And if you're going thinking that you're not going to get that, or that he's going to skip it, or maybe he'll do a little bit, no. The whole thing is going to be very political and very intense. That's your choice to go see the show. A lot of people go agreeing with what Waters has to say. Some people just want to see a legend like Roger Waters who's still fairly viable as far as a singer and a musician. I would say he's still pretty decent. 78 years old, got a little bit of gas left in the tank. He doesn't have to be a brilliant singer because he never really was, but his voice definitely fits all of that cryptic material that he's written for so many decades. Anyway, you can't do this. This is, as far as dressing up like a Nazi, yeah, I think you crossed a line there, Roger. And who are you trying to say is the Nazi here? Or are you just trying to portray somebody on stage so people can kind of visualize the song that you're in the midst of? I'm not sure. I guess I would need more context to make that type of an assessment. I'm sure Waters is going to say, hey, this is art. I should be allowed to do this because I'm trying to sort of tell a story here, and the costume is like being in character. That's probably what he would say, most likely. But I still think this goes too far. The laws that are in place there are to protect people from these images so they don't get flashbacks and they don't think that this is a good thing. As they say, is this glorifying what happened in World War II? Is it making the Germans look good, bad, indifferent? And people want to forget that. They want to move on from that. And, you know, there's another argument where you could say, okay, people should remember this so it doesn't happen again. And if that's what he's trying to do, okay, but he still crossed a line. He definitely crossed a line. And with all of the visual effects and all of the technology that he's already bringing with the show, I think you could probably still send a message with all of the, you know, the intelligence you have, not artificial necessarily, but just the intelligence of bringing the information and presenting it to people using audio and visual effects. I think that would be probably enough. So, you know, donning the costume, maybe a little extreme, just a little extreme. You know what else is extreme these days? Terrestrial radio. It's extremely boring. And it's extreme because they just think you want to hear the same music over and over again. And there's this internet radio station that I found called Modern Retro Radio. They are really good. I'm going to put a link in the description. And this way you can just click on the link and go listen. And I'm also going to have a link to Patreon and also a link to my brand new Twitter account. Just so excited about being back on Twitter. We'll see how long that lasts. Before I go, again, the Big Wolf Band from the UK, really great music. I think I might have an album that isn't streaming, which is this Live in Howlin' album, although it might be up if you want to just go sample and listen. These guys are the real deal. I mean, bare bones rock and roll with a heavy emphasis on the blues. From the UK, very classy blues band for sure, and you should check them out. And again, thanks for checking me out. God bless you. God bless America. Better yet, God save America, and I will see you soon.